Our countdown of the 100 greatest video games of all time continues now. We have reached number 89. It is the Donkey Kong Country series. This dates back all the way to 1994. We were just little ragamuffins back then.
Super Nintendo, woo!
Now, the thing that really put this game on the map was the graphics from Rare. I mean, look at these visuals back then. I mean, it looked like these were little toys on screen. We'd never seen anything so hyper-realized before.
Yeah, there was this kind of claymation kind of quality
It's like a
to
voodoo.
it.
How did Rare even get this out of the Super Nintendo?
Absolutely. I mean, there was a pseudo 3D look to everything, and it was a phenomenal, almost next-gen kind of vibe coming off of a Super Nintendo cartridge.
I still don't know how they got that out.
Just as the PlayStation 1 was about to launch, and I think this was Nintendo's answer to that, and they tapped all of the mad geniuses at Rare. We're just kind of lifting off into 3D game development at that time, because obviously the Nintendo 64 was coming up very quickly after this, and that was Rare's heyday, I think. So they were kind of getting all of their thrusters ready to fire, and they were working on the Donkey Kong Country series, and also Killer Instinct actually was pretty damn good for a Super Nintendo game. But these games were pretty phenomenal, especially when you consider that they were developed in England, not in Japan, which is where most of the 2D scrolling platforming action adventure prowess of Nintendo was based.
This is platforming perfection.
Yes.
As far as I'm concerned, these are also some of the most difficult, most challenging video games of all time. These games will break your thumbs and break your heart over and over again. And you know, I still remember the intro for the original game. It was old Cranky Kong, like turning like an old Victrola.
Yeah.
And then Donkey Kong comes bouncing in. He's got a boombox over his shoulder. It's so freaking corny.
It is so
to look
cheesy
back now at all this stuff.
But very funky in its time.
Yeah.
And always sort of
Little bit of
music
attitude.
focused. Yeah, absolutely. And everybody had attitude and everybody had characterization that was really fun to see. The dynamic between Diddy and Donkey was great. And then, of course, we saw later iterations. We saw a Nintendo 64 game, which was okay. But really, Donkey Kong Country hit its stride when it returned for the Wii.
We're taking a look today at Donkey Kong Country Returns.
Yeah,
Now, this isn't Rare.
Yeah, this is from Retro, who now are the unavowed masters of bringing back classic franchises.
I know. Diddy Kong and Donkey Kong,
Yeah.
America's two favorite apes. Are they chimps or are they apes?
Well,
monkeys.
they're apes. Donkey Kong's like a big ape, and I think Diddy Kong is from the ape family. Let's call him a chimp.
So they're missing their bananas. Their bananas have been stolen. And not just one or two bananas, not just a wheelbarrow full of bananas, but you see truckloads of bananas being hauled out of this jungle.
By these weird alien musical instrument hybrid creature things that are hypnotizing everybody with their funky sounds.
The spirit creature, whatever it is going around hypnotizing all of the animals in the jungle, goes up to Donkey Kong, and it doesn't work for some reason. Every other character, it works.
It's the time.
And it's hilarious the way that Donkey Kong keeps looking at the camera and just like, nope, not working on me for some reason. Now, this is not an easy game. The original Donkey Kong Country was known for its challenge, and this game continues that tradition.
It kicks your ass.
You're going to be frustrated early and often.
The checkpoints, I think, is the big deal.
They're so far apart.
But I think that's what you do when you have a game like this. It's about memorization. It's about really learning the right moves at the right time.
Learning how to deal with certain kinds of enemies.
Well, you feel like a god when you beat these levels, too. I mean, that's the thing with challenge that's amped at this level, is you feel empowered to beat it. And then there's all these...
Keep going. Just when you think you found all the secrets, you haven't. Trust me.
Yeah, and there's all these little secret areas and all of these areas where you're timed to collect as many coins and puzzle pieces and balloons as you possibly can. I mean, the whole way through, I just felt like this was an absolutely rewarding and satisfying experience. It's another Nintendo success this year.
This is 2D platforming poetry. Victor Lucas, this is a 10 out of 10 for me.
You're giving it a 10. You're going all that way. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. And of course, that fantastic Wii game has now become a terrific 3DS title.
Yeah, and Retro's not finished yet. They've got a sequel in the works. It's called Tropical Freeze, and that's due out pretty soon for the Wii U, so stay tuned for that. But right now, number 89 in our greatest video games of all time. Congratulations, you get the golden banana, Donkey Kong Country.